Hey guys, what is up? Pritesh from the PI podcast here, and today I'll be going over the Bills Rams games that we saw last night. Super excited for the game. It was such an amazing game. I had so much fun watching it. Football's finally back. Sunday, the week one continues, but yeah, let's just talk about this game. There are a lot of things that happened, a lot of things we didn't expect. And to start off with the Rams. Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford. He did not have his best game ever. He was 29 of 41, 240 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions. Matthew Stafford was pressured all day long. He couldn't get anything going. You could say the first half, they're figuring things out. The first half, both teams were still figuring stuff out. It is week one. They haven't really seen each other do anything because preseason, they don't give out their plays during the preseason. So this was the first time, first game. Everything's new for them. So everybody looked kind of sloppy in the first half, even the Rams. But then the Rams kind of turned up a little bit in the second quarter. They found a little rhythm and got Cooper Kupp a touchdown. Cooper Kupp, amazing. Led the league in receiving touchdowns and receptions last year, and it looks like he can continue to do the same this year. Because no matter what Matthew Stafford threw to him, Cooper Kupp was still finding ways to get open everywhere on the field. It was crazy to see. Cooper Kupp is an amazing receiver, and don't expect him to quit because Matthew Stafford, he got 13 targets. He got 13. 13. Oh my God. 13 receptions, 128 yards, and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp had. Just an amazing day from him. And that connection was super, super good. But other than that, that's where the Rams kind of celebration ends. Because Allen Robinson, he only got one catch for 12 yards, which didn't help. But also Matthew Stafford missed him a few times actually. I remember there was an in route, the deep in route that Allen Robinson was wide open on, but he looked the other way and threw the Cooper Cup. That one was actually incomplete, but Allen Robinson was over there. Just one of those things that Matthew Stafford may have been pressured so much that he was just comfortable throwing the cup. But Robinson probably should have seen more targets. I saw one play where he beat a man on a streak, but the pressure got there so quick he didn't have time to look. So the Bills defense did an amazing job. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But the Rams, they did not look like the Super Bowl champions that they were last year. And now the Rams running backs, Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, they didn't have great days. Everyone thought Cam Akers was going to start, and last minute, Sean McVay started Darrell Henderson. Questionable move. Cam Akers has been fumble prone. Cam Akers also tore his ACL or Achilles, so he definitely was out most of the season, but he did play in the Super Bowl last year. And it was just really odd because Cam Akers only got 3 carries and he got 0 yards. Um, Kind of questionable as well. Only 3 carries, but something may have happened on that side of the field. Something happened. I don't know what it is. But Darrell Henson had 13 carries or 47 yards, averaging 3.6 yards a carry, which is not winning football. Brandon Powell, their third string, got 1 carry for 3 yards. Yeah, it wasn't a great running day either for the Rams. And Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson, I think Cam Akers the better back. I don't think I don't think either one of them is a long term answer. I think the Rams do need to find their running game and need to find a running back that can actually carry the load. Because I don't think Darrell Henderson is great either. I don't think he can really have a clear vision. He can truck people. He's big, heavy. That's why people like him. But I don't care for either of the running backs. Cam Akers I like better than Henderson. I think he could just run better, have better vision than Darrell Henderson. But apparently something happened where he wasn't only got 3 reps. That's insane to me. And he wasn't going anywhere anyway, so I guess it didn't matter at the end of the day. Um, for the other receivers, Matt Stafford threw Tyler Higbee as well. Tyler Higbee had 5 receptions for 39 yards, the second leading receiver on the Rams, off of 11 targets. And then Ben Skowronek also got some reps as well. He had 4 receptions for 25 yards. Del Henderson also had 5 receptions for 26 yards in the air, so he did some receiving games too, and also in the rushing. He had a better. I think he had a better receiving game than rushing, just because he was able to. It was a check down plays. Matthew Stafford just drew his check down. That's what Del Henderson was for. So yeah, Matthew Stafford. The one good drive they had was the Cooper Kupp touchdown drive, but other than that, they were non-existent this game. The Rams defense was okay, I guess. They weren't the Rams defense we know, because Aaron Donald did get 2 sacks, but the rest of the team, they couldn't do much. They did get 4 turnovers though. Troy Hill also got an interception. Terrell Lewis got an interception. And then Jalen Ramsey got cooked. He had allowed a perfect passer rating to Stephon Diggs. I'll talk more about Stephon Diggs in a second. Bobby Wagner, he played well. He played like Bobby Wagner. He got a sack, a tackle for a loss, had 5 tackles. Nothing too crazy. Aaron Donald got a sack, actually, not 2 sacks. And then it was just a really bad day because Aaron Donald kind of was doing everything himself. With Von Miller there, it kind of opened up the defensive line of the Rams so that Aaron Donald sometimes would be more in one-on-one situation, more in one-on-one situations with all linemen. So that kind of helped a little bit with Von Miller being there, being on the edge again. Also helped the D tackles and the other ends as well, and getting one-on-one matchups. If they double team Von Miller and Aaron Donald. So Von Miller was a real force on the Rams, and that's really helped them. We didn't see Leonard Floyd at all, though. Like his name only got mentioned once, just because we haven't seen him make a play, and that's kind of crazy because Leonard Floyd was pretty damn good last year, and that was one of the reasons why they went to Super Bowl. The whole team played well, but they did get 4 turnovers. They had 2 fumbles, 2 picks. And the Rams line did not look very good after the retirement of Andrew Whitworth. That hurt a lot. And then their starting center got injured as well in this game, which doesn't help looking forward throughout the rest of the season. And just their line just couldn't protect against the Rams, the Bills defense. That was just, I just didn't know what happened. It is week 1, so no need to overreact yet. It is week 1, but they did not look like Super Bowl champs, and they obviously weren't ready. But it is week 1. Hey, you can say anything. Maybe they go 10-0 from here. You don't know. We don't know until we see it. But from what I saw, the Rams line is a concern, and if the D line can't get pressure like they did last year without Von Miller, that's a concern as well, because only Aaron Donald was doing the most heavy work. Leonard Floyd was nowhere to be seen. None of the other ends and D tackles were to be seen as well. And that's kind of a concern if I am a Rams fan. But it's week 1 at the end of the day, and I think the Rams, I think they can come back easily. I don't think Sean McVay's there if he's not going to do anything to fix this. Sean McVay's a hell of a coach, and he's going to fix this, make things right. I think they're going to win a lot more games, so definitely don't worry if you're a Rams fan just yet. After week 3 or 4, and maybe then you could start worrying. So the Bills on the other side, talking about the Bills now, rough night for the Rams, and now the Bills. Josh Allen was the star today. He had 297 yards off of 26 out of 31 for 297 yards and 3 touchdowns. He did have 2 interceptions. The first one was not his fault. He threw it to Isaiah McKenzie, and it kind of bounced off his hand into the defender's hand of the Rams. And then the other interception, he kind of forced the ball into coverage, and the Rams defender made a great play on it to be able to speed up and get the interception. That was a good play by the Rams defense. But other than that, Josh Allen basically played perfect. Like, he was the Josh Allen from the playoffs that we saw. Like, he wasn't missing a pass. He was just slinging it all over the field. His main target was Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs was cooking as well. Stephon Diggs had 8 receptions for 122 yards and a touchdown. Off of 9 targets, so only incomplete 1 pass. He was basically unstoppable against Jalen Ramsey. And Stephon Diggs just burned all day. It's in the playoffs. Stephon Diggs was kind of locked down a little bit, but he showed it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He just destroyed Ramsey this game. Um, it was just an amazing performance to Josh Allen in particular as well, and all the whole team. Josh Allen just made plays that were unbelievable. He rolled out to the right, threw a deep touchdown on Stephon Diggs like 50 yards off the right side when he's running. Just it's crazy how far Josh Allen can throw the football. He's just an absolute beast, and even in the running game, he's an absolute beast. He was stiff arming people. The stiff arm, you guys probably saw the photo. He stiff armed the Rams defender. That Rams defender, though, actually forced 2 fumbles. So you can say what you will about that, but that Rams defender was good. But Josh Allen just stiff armed him because he's Josh Allen. Josh Allen did some work in the rushing game too. He had 10 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown rushing as well. Also, the Bills running backs also did very well. Zach Moss and Devin Singletary, they did what they needed to do. Singletary had 8 carries for 48 yards. Zach Moss 6 carries for 15 yards. Devin Singletary was the main back here, and I really like what I'm seeing out of Devin Singletary. He looks very, very good and looks like the starter. And I want to see that continue. Devin Singletary and Zach Moss, they were kind of flip floppy. We didn't know who was going to be the starter or not. We don't know if they're going to change within the season. But Devin Singletary is looking very, very good. And the rookie running back, James Cook, unfortunately, on his only snap of the game, he fumbled, and he never got a snap after that. So unfortunate for him, but he will get a chance. I believe he'll get a chance and be able to fight for at least the second or first spot because I think he's that good. So no worries for James Cook. He's fine. Also, Gabriel Davis had 4 receptions, 88 yards, and a touchdown. He was just Gabriel Davis of the playoffs as well. Found on a play action on the first drive of the game. Josh Allen, play action, found Gabriel Davis wide open for a touchdown. Take a 32-yard touchdown. It was just awesome to see. Gabriel Davis was cooking. Stephon Diggs was cooking. That whole offense was cooking. Even Jameson Crowder got some good punt returns, kick returns, and he had 3 receptions for 28 yards. Zach Moss had 6 receptions for 21 yards. Isaiah McKenzie had 2 receptions for 19 yards. He didn't have the unfortunate drop that led to the interception. But Isaiah McKenzie got some reps when he needed to. And also the Bills' O-line played very, very well. The Bills' O-line is looking very good, and Josh Allen is going to be protected behind that line, and if he needs to, he can run in that pocket. And that Rams defense, the Bills defense, with Von Miller addition proved to be a very, very good one because Von Miller was creating one-on-one matchups for the D tackles and the ends. And the D tackles were getting sacks. The ends were getting sacks. Everybody was getting sacks. Jordan Phillips got a sack. Greg Russo got a sack. Boogie Basham got a sack. I think Ed Oliver got one too. Jordan Poyer got an interception off of Matthew Stafford. Dane Jackson got an interception. Boogie Basham got an interception. And then on defense, Von Miller got 2 sacks. Greg Russo got 1. Jordan Phillips got 1.5. Boogie Basham got 1. AJ Epineza got a sack and a half. Just an all-around amazing performance from the Rams defense. Bills. That's what I meant. I don't know why I keep saying Rams. But it was an amazing day for the Bills defense. All those guys got pressure because of Von Miller. The Von Miller impact is huge just by one game. Right now, if they continue to keep doing this, they're going to be a scary team to beat and looking like Super Bowl champs by week 1, just off the back. The Bills had 7 sacks, but the crazy thing was they didn't blitz a single time, and which was the crazy part. They had 4-man rushes throughout the whole game, and that rush got there every time. Their pass rush was just insane. It's crazy the fact that they had no blitzes and they still got 7 sacks and got pressure all day on Matthew Stafford. That is scary. Von Miller's presence really impacted the Bills' defense, and in a good way too. Like Von Miller in week 1, oh man, that's gonna be a scary defense and team to watch out for. Hopefully they can continue this week 1. No, don't want to say anything. Don't want to make an overreaction, but the Bills look like a Super Bowl team. The final score was 31-10. It was 10-10 at half, and then the Bills just took over and won the game 31-10. Last thing I want to talk about is the cornerbacks. Kyer Elam, Teron Johnson. Even with Tre'Davious White out, they played some lockdown defense. Like, the only person that really got receptions was Cooper Kupp, and Cooper Kupp's going to get the receptions, especially if he's against linebackers and things like that. But Kyer Elam and Teron Johnson, Kyer Elam's a rookie too, but they're still playing very well as well. It's not saying they were locked down, but they were playing very well. They shut down the Rams offense. So that was very, very cool to see, and very, very promising if you're a Bills fan. That was my pre-game or post-game recap. If you guys enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We do podcast every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Hope you guys are joining us for this NFL season, and hope you guys are excited for football. There's gonna be a lot of games to cover, a lot of stuff to cover. And Josh Allen is looking like MVP right now, and I hope he continues to do that and wins MVP. That'd be so awesome. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for watching the PI Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and tune in next time so you don't miss the latest news in the NFL world. You can also follow us on TikTok at PI Podcast and on Twitter at PIPodcasters. Until next time.